All right, we're going to mute out everybody. Just give us.
Well, I muted you in the middle of it.
Okay.
You get unmute again,
Wave
you
Studio,
muted
good to
back.
see everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hi, Michelle McKay. Hey, Glenda Watson. So, hope everybody is doing well out there. And so, Melissa Jackson is such a patriot here for the Coaches Corner. She's on all the time, just travels. She's a great part of the community. But this word is her word of the year, and it's provision. Provision, which I thought when I got that and I got to study that, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, let's go with this. But we've got a few birthdays before we get started. Joan Tate Klein. Joan, it is Joan's birthday today. So proud family member, our Canadian family member. We love Joan. So, Joan, it's your birthday. Anybody else's, please let us know in the comments. We don't want to miss your birthday. So, if Joan's on, we'll sing happy birthday at the end. I see Melissa Jackson coming in. So, I'm going to let her in the waiting room here. We don't want, we do not want Melissa missing her word of the year. So, okay, here we go. Provision. So I looked at this word, and if you look at the definition, it means the act of supplying or making something available. Because when I first saw this word, I'm like, okay, what am I going to bring out of this? Because it can also refer to preparation for future needs. And then I thought, well, let's dive into it. Like, what does provision really mean? Or what's being provision? What does that really mean? And it's like, it means having the foresight to prepare for what's ahead. You're getting ready to go on a trip. And are you the type that just goes on the trip or do you have preparation? Now, Andrea is over in Europe and she's a to do list person. So she's probably got everything documented, wrote down, and got it all laid out. Spent 6 or 7 days packing for the trip. So being a person of provision means having the foresight to prepare for what's ahead. It's about making sure you and others have what's necessary, whether that's resources, whether that's knowledge or a plan. Now, I find myself at times as this ready, like I'm a ready, shoot, aim type person. I'm like, wow, I missed the target. Well, you didn't aim. You didn't aim, Brent. You know, I'll take off to Mexico and I'm like, I need to probably look and see where I'm going. You know, I'm boarding the plane or I'm headed over into Romania and I'm like, exactly where is this town I'm going to? You know, but I'm already on the plane headed in that direction. So I find myself at times this ready, shoot, aim type person. So this word was really good for me today, stepping all over my toes. But why is provision so important in our life? Whether it's our health, our spiritual journey, our business, our profession, whatever it is, our finances, here's why it's so important. Life's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. But provision helps us stay ready. Like I think about the art of war. Like you have to prepare. We have a lot of military men and women on this call in both Canada and the US. And you have to prepare. And when the time is unpredictable, you're ready. You're ready to go. And I think about finances so many times. This scares me. I don't know about you, but it scares me to lay my head down at night and wonder, okay, if something happens, am I prepared? If something happens in my kid's life, if something happens in a family member's life, if something happens in a friend's life, am I prepared to step in and be the one? Be the one. Because I have shown provision. I've prepared for the unpredictable moment. And so many times I'll hear people say, just let's use finances. Oh, I'm good. I make good money. And it's like, do you? Like, I don't say this because that would be rude, but it's like, do you? Like, what does the savings look like? What does the nest egg look like? How many months could you go without income? What if a family member or someone said, unpredictably, I need you, I'm in a bad state. Are you able to step in? And if the answer is no, whether it's me or you or anybody, then we got to look at ourselves and go, okay, if I'm really gonna use the word provision in my life, I got to prepare. I got to step out. I got to draw other income stream. I got to prepare for the moment that I can be the one. Um, Another thing that it's important to have provision is it ensures you're equipped for opportunity when they arise. Everybody in the world, here's what's so funny. They say the rich gets richer. Well, you could turn that around and say they have the opportunity to strike when the opportunity arises. If somebody come to you today with an investment that could grow 10x over the next 6 months, but you need $100,000 to put into it, could you do it? Because the person that does is, are they lucky? Should we shame them, or should we say, oh, they were prepared for the moment when the opportunity arose? That's provision. And it allows you to help others, not just yourself. This is a fun one for me because it's like when people ask, like me, times they're like, Brent, why are you still going? Why are you still want? Because I have more people I want to help. I have more people I want to help. I have more things I want to do. And the only thing that stops us most of the time is that. That's the only thing a lot of times. I tell people all the time, you never worry about giving money to strangers if they're in need, unless you don't have the money to give them. And then we justify in our mind, well, I don't know what they're doing with the money. And no, that's hogwash. The only reason you're saying that is because you don't want to depart from the money. But if there was an abundance, right? What about a food bank? Man, a food bank, you prepare, you do all this provision, and then all of a sudden you have the ability to give to the community, given a time of need, given time of a natural disaster. What a beautiful thing. So I'm going to end with this, turn it to Andrea. Success isn't just about reaching, it's about preparing. So Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson, Coach.
Did I
And the
say
quote that
did I say
you
hogwash?
you did say
Okay, okay.
hogwash.
I thought
Where
I
are you
did.
from?
It came out. I didn't know. I didn't know. Anyway, if you don't know what
I
that
love it.
is, call me. We'll talk about it. Okay.
I wanted to show you guys, I don't know how well you can see, but we're actually sitting in the lawn outside of the Louvre, which is really exciting. Kay and I spent the morning over there. So it was a fun day. But the quote that I found was the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. And that's H. Jackson Brown Jr. So I thought that was kind of fun that it was a Jackson when it was Melissa Jackson's word for the day. But what I looked into is, okay, this sounds good. Like, I want all the things Coach just talked about. I want to be able to help when somebody needs me. I don't want to fret over things that I don't necessarily need to fret over. Like, I want all of that in my life. So how do I create that? And so first of all, I've got to think ahead, right? We can't just live for today. We can, but then we might not have anything left for tomorrow. So what can I do today to make life easier for me tomorrow? Next is just stock up on wisdom. So the more I learn, the more people I connect with, the more people that I can, learn from what they have in their life, the books I can read, the documentaries I can watch, all of that, the more that I learn, the more I will have that provision inside me. Because let's just say that I want to invest in, oh gosh, I forget even what you invest in, Coach. I know there's a lot, but there's this newish thing. And if I want to invest in that and have that provide for me in the future, well, I better learn what it's called and how to do it. What is it called? You could have spoke up. Nope, he's not going to speak up. Okay.
No.
Next, I've got to take care of my health. So my body and my mind are my greatest assets. And if I don't take care of this vessel, well, then it's not going to provide for me in the future. I won't be able to get up and down. I won't be able to crawl with those grandbabies. I won't be able to lift those bags, whatever it may be, if I'm not taking care of this vessel. Next is to save, don't spend. And I think this is, really taps into what you were saying, Coach. But I remember once upon a time, my dad was having some issues, and it was with his leg, and the doctors kept putting on braces and they kept doing all these different things to help with his leg. But then what they found out, because eventually it was actually his spine. And I remember thinking at the time, and I was very, very broke, and he had to wait for insurance to provide the next test, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And I remember thinking at the time, if I just had the resources, I could just pay for that MRI and he could get answers so much sooner. And they actually ended up doing surgery and he's okay. But he had almost a year of pain and fear and all of this, where he could have actually lost use of his leg because nobody was there to be able to provide for that information, or, to get those tests for him. And so it's one of those things that if we put our pennies in that piggy bank, what could we do with that money in the future? Who could we help? What could we do? Next is to help others prepare. So we each have a skill set. We all have wisdom in us and all different things, different walks of life, all of that. So spread that knowledge around so that somebody else can prepare in a different way. Maybe you know how to crochet. You can teach somebody, they can make themselves a hat and then they're prepared for warm weather, whatever that may be. And then lastly, trust the process. Provision isn't always about what I can see right now. Sometimes it's about faith that my efforts are going to pay off in the future. So great lesson this morning, Melissa. Beautiful word. Thank you so much for that. And happy birthday to our birthday ladies.
Absolutely. Oh, and Joan Klein is on, so we got to sing it. Andrew, great.
Yay.
We can't see the background though. I mean, you're in
Europe, am I in the
Paris.
way?
We'd love to see a background or something in Paris, just so everybody knows where she's at.
If I could figure out how to turn around my camera. Oh,
Somebody
I can.
asked me, "Are you in Paris?" I said, "No, she takes the fun trip. She takes the fun."
Hey.
No,
I am showing a little hiney right here, but that's art. It's a statue.
Okay. Well, listen, Joan Klein, we hope you have the most amazing day ever. And we love you so much. So we're going to unmute the line. Teal Blue, if you can help me unmute, get those voices ready. Okay, Joan. This is
I'm Yvonne. Yvonne's
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Joan.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
Many
Have a
more.
great day.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Good
birthday,
job, Andrea.
John.
Grateful for you.
Happy birthday, John.
Thank you, everyone.
Birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday, John and Yvonne.
Happy birthday. Andrea, I'm going to send you a cake. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sweetie.
Thanks, Andrea.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Thank
Cheers.
you.